There once was a girl named Sharon who hated the skin she was wearin', until she met Light, a Moor that claimed foresight, and brainwashed poor Miss Sharon. Soon she met another sheik who pimped her to Taj Tariq. Now she's in jail, and though they promised her bail, their promises they never keep. Sharon drank the Kool-Aid all down, so proud thinking she was profound. But since she bought into the lie, she'll be lucky to see above ground. So here is the moral to the story. Moors, take heed before you proclaim your glory, for soon you'll all find it may next be your behind. The scam always gets very gory. I've been trying to tell you all the news, when listening to those Moorish gurus. Their tale is whack, and so are their hats. So please, don't let it give you the blues too.
The facts matter.
In the Court of Common Pleas of Delaware County, Pennsylvania Criminal Court, Commonwealth of Pennsylvania versus SharonT.Gale, case number 6174-19 and 2225-19, courtroom number 2, the Honorable Judge Richard M. Capelli, Heather Hayes, Esquire for the Commonwealth, and SharonT.Gale pro se for the defendant. Mr. Davies is the standby counsel appointed by Judge Capelli.
Your Honor, Heather Hayes, Attorney ID 320743, on behalf of the Commonwealth. This is the matter of SharonT.Gale, 6174 of 19 and 2275 of 19. The defendant is present. She is not represented by counsel. Standby counsel, Mr. Davis, is here on her behalf.
Thank you. Miss Bay, I have in front of me an affidavit of facts and a statement of no opposition by defendant SharonT.Gale to the county's motion to consolidate, and a pretrial statement. Are you familiar with these documents, ma'am?
I do not. The contract. I am a Moorish American national and jurist. I am Sharon Tracy-Gale Bay, Moorish national. I do not consider the contract, and I have filed affidavit of facts on the record, and my authorization, which would be my autograph to let you know that I have placed on the record as Moorish American national. Jurisdiction has been challenged, and it has not been presented that you have the legitimate jurisdiction. So I was under the assumption that this motion, whoever filed it, because the record does not say who filed this so-called motion, would have been a motion filed by you, Capelli, stating that you were dismissing the case because you do not have jurisdiction to proceed in any manner, as it stated, Sharon Tracy-Gale Bay, Moorish American national.
Well, that is why we're having this hearing, so that we can clear up all those misunderstandings. First, what did you expect to happen with this affidavit of facts? What is your anticipation? What are you hoping will happen as a result of you filing this?
1. If you have not, that is the document I, Sharon Tracy-Gale Bay, have filed. It would have my autograph on. I didn't see that document, and you have not provided me with a copy of it, so I don't know what you are reading to.
Mr. Davis, do you want to hold this up to the camera? This is what Miss Gale Bay has filed. Maybe she can see it. Can you see the documents I am holding up?
That document right there was filed in the court to put on the record that UCC wouldn't pay to dismiss and discharge these charges, this bond, because the bonds you are holding me on is not authorized because jurisdiction has not been established. The bond has to be filed. The jurisdiction of the debt obligation. They can be no debt obligation because you don't have jurisdiction. So on your own motion, Capelli, you are compelled to dismiss these charges because you have no jurisdiction. So the document right there is UCC-1. That is to let you know that you cannot you cannot put any charges, you cannot file any authorization to release or the bond because it would be fraud to do so because you have not established jurisdiction.
Thank you. Are you being represented by Mark T. Chappelle?
You already know on the record that Mark T. Chappelle can never represent me. I have sent all the documentation with an affidavit of stating for the record that any presumed or revoking any presumed power of attorney by the agent, principal, or assigned by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. I'm letting you know that you do not have power of attorney to represent any, and if he is a so-called attorney under the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, he is an agent, he is a principal, and he is an heir to the Commonwealth. Therefore, he can never represent me, as I am outside, as I have already stated for the record, your jurisdiction. And for-profit corporation licensed as for-profit corporation, I need an FARA, so you don't have jurisdiction.
Okay, thank you. The Commonwealth has a motion to consolidate.
Your Honor, I believe that motion was granted on March 3rd when we were in court.
Yes, all right. I think the next step, ma'am, is for us to schedule this for trial. We have been trying to get this scheduled for trial. We are having a little bit of difficulty because of the illness situation, getting jurors to hear cases. Are you still asking for a jury trial, or do you want a bench trial?
As I stated for the record, you don't have jurisdiction. You can't charge me with a bond or a charge without jurisdiction. You are supposed to dismiss. You have no jurisdiction. There.
Okay, so we have to assume then that you wish to proceed with a jury trial.
Absolutely not. I do not consent to contract.
Oh, I understand that. This isn't a contract. This is a criminal matter.
You don't understand. You are supposed to understand what this national SharonT.Gale Bay is saying to you as a for-profit corporation. You are outside of your charter. You are outside of your jurisdiction. And you are committing fraud to even presume to continue with jurisdiction. And you know that.
Thank you. Thank you, I appreciate you telling me that. Let's schedule this for trial. We probably won't be able to get a trial jury until sometime in January or February of next year, but I will schedule it for October just in case we are able to bring jurors in. Otherwise... As you know, ma'am, I have appointed backup counsel for you, and he stands ready, willing, and able to file anything necessary with the court, either in the form of a bail motion, or in the form of a plea, or in the form of representing you at the trial of any kind. So he stands ready, willing, and able to represent you in this case, and to get this case moving more quickly. Otherwise, we are just going to schedule it for trial. Because of the illness crisis, we are going to have some difficulty getting it scheduled for a jury trial because we are having difficulty bringing jurors into the courthouse.
As I have stated for the record, any presumption by any agent of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania to present me or to have power of attorney, I am letting you know you don't have that, and I do not authorize that, and I do not.
Thank you.
You have not proven.
In the meantime, unfortunately, you may have to remain incarcerated pending the filing of bail.
No, I do not. My continual detainment, unlawful without jurisdiction, is wrong on your part. So you need to...
I am making an attorney available to you. You certainly have access to this court if you wish to take access to the court.
I do not submit to contract.
Okay. Well, I don't know what that means, but I appreciate you being here.
Yes, you do know what that means. You know absolutely what that means.
All right, thank you. We are going to now schedule this case for trial. What is our next listing for this case? Do we have a date?
No.
Let's schedule it for sometime in October for a status conference. Let's see, October 5th?
Keep in mind a declaration of war has been filed because of your continual break of your charter.
Did you just say a declaration of war?
It is the Constitution for the United States of America. You are chartered under that binding charter. So note for the record, you are stepping into international violation, fraud, and treason. Note that for the record.
Make sure they have their mask on. And they are sitting too close, too. Tuesday the 6th is your next date. Thank you, ma'am. And I'll let the people know that you have declared war. End of proceeding, 9:45 a.m.